How's it, guys? Welcome back to FX Rhapsody. Today we're looking at two currency pairs again, British pound, US dollar, and then also the euro USD dollar. For those of you that's new to my channel, go visit my website on the bottom left corner over here. When we do analysis, we're using the COT reports, and then on my website, the website will also be in the link in the description. You can download the COT reports for free. On the website, there's also some more trading content and material, previous analysis, some strategies, and for those of you starting out on trading, there's some nice video categories that will help you along the way. Okay, so let us hit the charts. So on the British pound, US dollar, that's the one we're focusing on first. We're doing top-down analysis, starting from the daily, moving our way down to the 1 hour time frame. Now, on a daily time frame, what we can see is still the channel that we're moving in, downwards movement on the British pound US dollar. So let's see if there's continuation, because it's been tapping this downward trend line a couple of times, and we see this week we saw the downwards movement towards this point. So will price continue to go and retest that area again? We will just have to look and see what happens. 4 hour time frame, let's just drill down here, because we saw a little bit of consolidation towards the end here, and also being close to the end of the month, we will see price just consolidating a little bit. We do have some pretty good news coming out next week. So yes, we'll definitely be looking at what's going to happen here. But currently we see liquidity being tapped in this area. So we see a high that was tapped. We see a low that's still intact. So meaning that we have a low here, some sell orders that's lying at the bottom here, price going and maybe reaching that. We saw the price hunting that liquidity that was lying up in the top here. Liquidity meaning that's all the buy stops is lying at the top here. So you can see price tapping into that liquidity and then moving downwards. So for those of you that is not familiar with the liquidity thing, I have done a video on my channel, so just go search for liquidity in Forex trading. Looking down to the 1 hour time frame, so a couple of things that happened this week. If I'm just gonna scroll out a little bit, and then we're gonna look at where we left off last weekend. What I usually do is I draw little lines, and this was basically last weekend when I did my analysis. I was looking at these two areas in the market to see where price is going to be breaking, and as we saw, price broke this area to the downside, and then we had a nice push to the upside as well. So with this huge movement upwards, we saw a nice little retracement. And how do we catch those retracements? So what we do is we take out our Fibonacci and we take it from this low to that high. Okay, we have a swing low and then we have a swing high. Now what we do is, because price is moving in a direction, a lot of people, and especially new traders, you will wait for your retracement to come to the 62% area, which is right about here. So it's a 62 to 79% area. That area is a nice key area for entry. And as we could see, price moving up in the direction after hitting that area. Okay, but there's two scenarios that you can trade. So you can trade the movement going down. And how do you trade the movement or the retracement going down? Now I'm just zooming in a little bit. Again, as you can see, price coming to this high over here, then it started consolidating a little bit. Then there was a break in structure, meaning that area was broken by this huge bearish candle, and then it left a fair value gap in between the two candles. So we had a fair value gap that was left between that candle, and with that push. So price going up into that area, and that's an area where you sell down. So you place your sell order there, stop loss just above it, because just above the previous breaking candle, because it was a huge stop loss. But your target will be, obviously, you have mapped out on the Fibonacci, because you have it from the low to the high, you have got an area mapped up. So that will be your target. Okay, so that's a nice almost 1-to-3 ratio. So you sell down, and then once your target is reached over here, and then you start buying up again. And now there's two scenarios. You could have waited until price hit that area of the 62% area. Okay, that's the area that we're focusing on. So you either buy from here upwards, or there's another entry that you could have taken, and that entry will be another fair value gap. And that fair value gap was created with this big push candle or this big bearish candle, and then that fair value gap gets created between that and that candle. There we go. Those two over there. So the wick of the candle after the big bearish candle and the wick of the previous candle. Big fair value gap being created, price reaching that area and then moving upwards again. So you could have had a nice sell opportunity and then a nice buy opportunity. So currently what we're looking at, we have got two areas in the market that I'm going to be focusing on. This coming week, we will have that swing that we were talking about before, the swing low. That's a key area in the market because liquidity is lying below this area over here. And then we have another nice high opportunity over here. So these are the two swings that I'm going to be looking at this week. So I'm going to be looking at if price breaks below this area, and once it does, we will react to what has happened or what is happening, just as we did over here. And then all prices going to just bounce off that area and come and take liquidity up in that area over there. So those are the two areas focusing on. Let's look at the COT reports. We're going to be looking at the British pound over here. Let's just select British pound. And then as we can see with the British pound, lots of longs being closed or opened in the market, shorts being opened, but a lot more longs. That is why we see this movement upwards. So the British pound is getting stronger against the US dollar. That is why on a daily time frame, I'm just zooming out, that is why we see this movement downwards, because we're looking at it against the US dollar. So if the British pound gets stronger, price is going to be moving up. If British pound gets weaker, price is going to be moving upwards. Stronger, downwards, weaker, upwards. Okay, so let us move on to the next currency pair. Okay guys, so looking at the Euro USD dollar, we're starting off again with the daily, moving down to the 1 hourly time frame, top down analysis. So on a daily time frame, not a lot happening. So we have this break in structure over here. It's a nice little break that happened. We had a little low, so I'm just going to do that. So you can see this low was taken out by price this week. So again, price is moving in this downwards movement currently. So it's tapping out that low, and now we see just this area being rejected a little bit in the market. So we will have to see if price broke through it, came back again, just closed below this area. So we'll see if there's a continuation upwards or downwards in this currency pair. Going down to the 4 hour, let's see what's happening there. So on the 4 hour time frame, okay, so we did see that little bit on the daily time frame, that movement up and then retracing a little bit. Now let us have a look here. So what is the movement? So you have a swing high at the top here, and then you have a swing low. Okay. So again, what you do is you take your Fibonacci from that high to that low, and what do we see? We see a nice little sell opportunity because price going and retracing back to the 62% area, and again, very nice little entry. Price literally just tapping into that. So if you are a swing trader or trading on a 4 hour time frame, you can actually do your analysis. You don't have to just trade on a 4 hour time frame, but analysis on the 4 hour, and you would have had a nice little sweet little entry even on the lower time frames. 120 odd pips currently in profit. So let us move on to the hourly time frame. So what do we see on the hourly time frame? Okay, so we did see on the 4 hour time frame that there was a nice little entry that's up here. Okay, price literally tapping into that entry. That's the retracement on the 62% or to the 62% on the 4 hour time frame. So over here, just wanted to show you this. Where are we now? Right about here. So this area is a nice area that price broke. Okay, so you have a break in structure. On a 4 hourly time frame, you mapped out an area over here. Okay, let's make it longer, because if you did a Fibonacci on the 4 hour, you would have mapped out that area, meaning you were waiting for price to retrace back to this 62% area. Okay, you highlight that area. Price is currently sitting here, and you're waiting for price to move up to that side. So how do you catch a little buy that for this movement upwards? What you do is, again, price breaking structure with a nice big push on this bullish candle. Okay, you have a fair value gap. Again, guys, I'm not sucking this stuff out of my thumb. This happens every day. So, and again, price going down into this fair value gap area, and this is the area that you buy up. Okay, price just retapping that area a couple of times, and then eventually it moves up to that side. So again, you know, if you had to buy up, you would have had another 130 odd pips up. You get to the stop here where you were waiting for the sell opportunity, and then you sell over here and price moves another 120 down. So that's more than 200 pips on this currency pair in a week's time. So this is one currency pair. So guys, you must always, don't just wait for any retracement and wait until price gets to a retracement area and then you sell down. You buy up to that retracement area. And how do you do it? You use your fair value gap, exactly the same methods. You don't just have to use the fair value gap. I mean, if you take your Fibonacci from this swing low to that swing high, swing low, swing high, and what does price do? Price comes and taps into that 62% area, guys. Okay, there, right there. Okay, you can actually just move it across because we had a couple of touches on this area. But I mean, you place your buy order over here, or your buy, and you have your stop loss just a little bit below. So, and then you can see that movement going up. So two methods, again, fair value gap or your Fibonacci, both would have played out nicely for this nice little buy opportunity. And then you had a Fibonacci retracement that you marked out on the 4-hour time frame that you trade downwards. Okay, so now what we're looking at this week, again, we're coming back. I'm just going to highlight this area over here, right around there. So I'm looking at that low that we're looking at, and then we are going to be focusing on this high. So these are the two areas in the market, okay, that we're going to be looking at, price breaking above it or price breaking below that area. COT reports, we're looking at the Euro USD. So Euro, okay, we can see that the Euro is really getting weaker. We do see that on the chart as well. We're looking at it going from a 50,000 net position all the way to a negative 44,000. Lots of longs being opened in the market, you know, this week, but more shorts being opened. And that's why that net position is just getting a little bit lower. So what I'm saying is you can see this movement downwards, Euro getting weaker. If your Euro gets weaker, okay, then we will see a movement downwards. If the Euro gets stronger, we see a movement upwards. So guys, that's all from my side. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. And if you did, don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell for more analysis coming your way. I hope you've been having a wonderful weekend and happy trading, guys.